Audio Jungle.
Cartel will be even bigger. Party atmosphere in Kingston as fans celebrate dancehall stars released. Fans of entertainer Vybz Kartel revel in a party atmosphere in downtown Kingston on Wednesday after the dancehall superstar and his co-accused were freed of murder after 13 years in prison. Following the ruling, hundreds of Kartel fans celebrated in the streets while speakers played many of his hit songs. I am feeling overwhelmed, me nah lie, he deserved this. Worse the basic. Vybz Kartel made me come out in a Disahat Sonia, one woman stated. Another woman who said she traveled all the way from London, England for the ruling. Big up Kartel, I am feeling great. It's something big in the UK. We love him over there, and we need to see him soon in concert, the woman who identified herself as Stash stated. Asked whether she feels Kartel can return to the heights of dancehall after 13 years behind bars, she said, he will have even a bigger impact after today. Lawyers representing Kartel and his co-accused had made an appeal to the local court of appeal in 2020, but their convictions were upheld. The accused appeal was then taken to the United Kingdom-based Privy Council on March 14, 2024. Their murder convictions were overturned on the grounds of jury misconduct. The Privy Council also remitted the case back to Jamaica Court of Appeal to decide whether there should be a retrial. Kartel's former attorney, Tavares Finson, welcomes judgment-free entertainer. King's Counsel Tom Tavares Finson, former lead attorney for Vybz Kartel in the entertainer's murder case, has welcomed the Court of Appeal ruling that freed the dancehall star and his co-accused of the charge. The Court of Appeal ruled Wednesday against a retrial of Kartel and his co-accused for the murder of Clive Blizzard Williams. This allowing the DJ and two of his co-defendants to walk free after 13 years in prison. In a statement, Tavares Finson said, speaking solely in their capacity as former defense attorneys, when the Kartel matter went to trial, the defense team, which also included his son, Christian Tavares Finson, Rogers, Harrison, Lauren, and Deward, welcomed the judgment handed down by recently appointed Court of Appeal President Marva McDonald Bishop and her team. Certainly, as lead defense attorney at trial, I believe the judgment is in the interest of justice and lends credibility to the various objections which Kartel's defense team had raised at trial, Tavares Finson stated. Let us not forget that the Privy Council had initially squashed Kartel's conviction. I think the fair treatment of this kind of high-profile matter by the Privy Council is another reason why many Jamaicans, including myself, support its retention as our country's final appellate court, he added. Jackson says a lot went into the decision to withdraw from 100 meter at Paris Olympics. Jamaica's Shericka Jackson revealed that significant consideration went into both her and her coach's decision to withdraw from the 100 meter event at the Paris Olympics. The announcement of her withdrawal came on Wednesday, with Jamaican track officials confirming that Sasha Lee Forbes would replace Jackson in the event. It's a combination of a lot of stuff. As I said, Coach and I made the decision not to contest the 100 meter, and I think we are pretty happy with that, Jackson told reporters in Paris and France. When asked about her fitness for the 200 meter, given that her last race in Hungary ended with her limping across the finish line in 8th place, Jackson assured that she is in good shape to compete. Jackson explained that she was not scheduled to participate in any other races following her performance earlier this month. Honestly, I was only supposed to compete in that event, and as coach stated, we only ran a few races in Europe, and I think that was the only race that of all of us were supposed to run. After that, no person who was going to the Olympics had competed. I think I am pretty good. I'm in pretty good shape and I'm okay, she stated. Regarding the pursuit of the world record in 200 meter, Jackson stated that it's not her current focus considering her season's progression. The women's 200 meter heats are scheduled to begin on Sunday, August 4 at 3:55 a.m. Jamaica time. St. Andrew businesswoman charged for father's murder. A woman who evaded the police for 3 years has been charged for the murder of her father. She is 30-year-old businesswoman Bianca Fullerton of Hope Boulevard in St. Andrew. Killed was 57-year-old Brian Fullerton. Reports from the Halfway Tree Police are that on May 18, 2021, The woman and her father had a dispute during which she allegedly used a piece of board to strike him multiple times all over his body. The man was later taken to hospital where he succumbed to his injuries on May 22nd. An investigation was launched, and following a post-mortem report that confirmed blunt force trauma as the cause of death, a warrant was issued for Bianca's arrest. She managed to elude lawmen and was finally nabbed during a targeted operation on Friday, July 26. She is scheduled to appear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday, August 2nd. Woman accused of being involved in car importation scam freed. A woman who was charged in relation to a car importation scheme was freed in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court after her lawyer argued that her initial guilty plea should not be accepted. Sashana Evans, 19, was answering charges of conspiracy to defraud, obtaining money by means of false pretense, receiving stolen property, engaging in a transaction involving criminal property, falling to an issue of report, non-delivery of goods and service in the contracted date, and unlawfully making available data or device for the commission of an offense. Evans had pleaded guilty. When the matter was called up in court, attorney at law Roden Richards submitted to the parish judge Laurie on Colt Montague that his client's guilty plea could not be accepted and made an application asking for it to be withdrawn. Richards submitted that for there to be a prima facie case intended would have to be established. It was argued that there was no intent on the part of Evans and to accept the guilty plea would amount to miscarriage of justice. The judge agreed that intent was missing from the matter. The Crown offered no further evidence. The judge then upheld the application freeing the woman. Evans was accused of being involved in a car importation scheme which went away. This resulted in an investigation being led to her being criminally charged with 3 others. Those still before the court are Christopher Elliott, Amelia Edwards, and Crystal Mackenzie, who are booked to return to court on November 6, when the matter will again be mentioned. It is being alleged that Elliott is at the center of the fraud case in which he allegedly collected $600,000 to import vehicles on behalf of the complainants. Allegations are that Elliott operates an online car mart advertising that he is able to import vehicles. He allegedly instructed interested persons to transfer the funds to bank accounts of his co-accused, who sent Elliott the monies received. 300 land titles issued to residents of Clifton in St. Catherine. 300 land titles were issued to residents of Clifton in St. Mary. Speaking at the handing over ceremony, Prime Minister Andrew Holness described the event as marking a significant milestone for the community. In October 2022, several houses has been built on land illegally acquired were demolished. Subsequent to that incident, Holness pointed out that registered titles for over 350 residents were being prepared for distribution. Mr. Holness said residents should view the titles as tools for economic empowerment.
We came out of a system where we had no endowments. Today, however, it is we who own Jamaica. As I stand here today, commit to assisting and not just to assist. We have already started a process to see to the implementation of proper infrastructure for the residents of Clifton. The title is more than just your certificate of ownership. The title says that I have the ability to use this property to acquire and advance myself economically. So I can use this to acquire more property, whether I want to borrow against it, whether I want to use it as an asset for something else, or if I want to convert it by selling it and buy something else. I have economic power by having this title. So I want you to see your title as economic empowerment.
4 men listed as persons of interest have turned themselves in, says police. 4 of 14 men who were listed as persons of interest by the Kingston Western Police have turned themselves in to the authorities. They are Rashid Lyons, also known as Guest, Ricardo Manning, also called Rudy, Rajay Lewis, also called Piglet, and Andy Anderson. Lewis and Anderson were interviewed and released according to the police. Detectives from the division's Criminal Investigations Branch CIB had named these men after a turf war broke out between rival factions in Craigtown, Kingston. The turf war, which police says involved the Gaza and 110 gangs, has reportedly led to a wave of violence in the area, culminating in a double murder in broad daylight on Sunday. A 48-hour curfew imposed in the community on Sunday has been extended. Still being sought are Garfield Bolt, Roger Allen, also known as Fat F, Ted Berry, also known as King King, Kadian Thompson, also known as Enough, Sanjay Lewis, also known as Lulu, a man known only as Pem Pem, a man known only as JJ, a man known only as Chris, a man known only as Bobo, and a man known only as Praggy. Men fined after pleading guilty to having offensive weapon in public. Two men who pleaded guilty to possession of offensive weapons while in public were fined Tuesday as they made appearances in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. In the first case, Clifford Hepburn was charged with having a black hand scissors in his possession while being in public on June 30, 2024. Hepburn pleaded guilty but stated that he had an explanation for the weapon being in his possession. When Senior Parish Judge Paula Blake Powell permitted him to explain, Hepburn said he uses the scissors to cut up weed. On that day, it was a Sunday afternoon. I was going home and get pulled over in a taxi. The police told me to come out of the car, and the policewoman searched me, and she found the scissors. It was just a small scissors, which me use to cut up weed because me smoke. I asked her a question saying, "Can I get back the scissors?" And she replied with aggression, say me no fit talk to her. So she searched me and she start ask me question about my address. But it's like me have a mistake with my address. And she say, "You are lying to me." And me say, "No, it was a mistake." And she say, "Me I bring you go down a station and charge you," Hepburn explained. So Mr. Hepburn, are you telling me that having scissors to cut up weed and smoking is lawful reason? Justice Blake Powell questioned. While Hepburn responds no, Judge Blake Powell reiterated her question, guilty or not guilty. Hepburn pleaded guilty and was fined $1,500 or 10 days in jail. In the second case, Maurice Maxwell pleaded guilty to being armed with a brown-handled 3-star ratchet knife in a public space without authorization on July 17, 2023. Judge Blake Powell ordered that Maxwell be fined for approximately $2,500 or spend 10 days in prison. Both men paid their fines and were released. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.